Welcome back. Today, we explore the value of these top 6 most valuable steel penny and copper wheat pennies that could be worth millions of dollars. First up, the 1943 Abraham Lincoln steel penny with a large date and AD mint mark, even when found in dirty condition. Stay tuned to find out just how much this unique coin could be worth in today's market. Let's start with a little background. The 1943 Lincoln penny is special because it was made of steel instead of the usual copper. Why? Due to copper shortages during World War II, the U.S. Mint switched to using steel for this particular year's pennies. As a result, the 1943 Lincoln steel penny became a symbol of wartime ingenuity. The 1943 Lincoln penny features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse, just like other wheat pennies. But it's the steel composition and large date that set it apart from other years. Now, let's talk about the mint. Marks. The D mint mark on this penny means it was struck at the Denver Mint. The large date variety, which is typically more prominent than the small date, is another important factor when determining the value of this coin. Coins with the large date are considered to be slightly rarer than their small date counterparts, and this can make them more valuable, even if the condition is less than perfect. So, what if the coin is in dirty condition? In the world of coin collecting, dirty doesn't necessarily mean a coin is worthless. While dirt, corrosion, or grime can impact the coin's appeal, it doesn't automatically destroy its value. It doesn't automatically destroy it's a rare piece. Coins in dirty condition can still hold significant value because of their rarity, like our 1943 steel penny with the large date and D mint mark. Cleaning them, however, is usually not recommended, as it can further damage the coin's surface and decrease its market value. Now, let's get into the value of this coin. A 1943 Lincoln steel penny in dirty condition with D mint mark can still fetch a respectable price in today's market, especially if the dirt or corrosion is relatively minimal. In general, you can expect a 1943 steel penny in dirty condition to be worth anywhere from $180,000. Depending on how bad the dirt is and how much of the design is still visible. But the rarity of the coin and its mint mark can boost that price. For example, a coin in more substantial damage or with heavy corrosion may sell for a bit less. But if the coin is in better shape, like showing clear detail, even with some dirt, it could sell for $185,000 or more. While a dirty coin might not fetch a premium price, some collectors will still pay top dollar for a 1943 steel penny with D mint mark, especially if it's an uncirculated or well-preserved piece. In fact, a 1943 Lincoln steel penny with D mint mark in mint state or near mint condition could be worth $200,000 or more. Coins with cleaner surfaces, fewer blemishes, and a well-defined large date have even more potential, so it's worth considering all factors before you let go of one of these wartime treasures. So whether you find a dirty 1943 Lincoln steel penny with a D mint mark in your collection or decide to purchase one, it's clear that these coins can still hold great value. And if you're lucky enough to have one in near mint or mint condition, you could be holding on to a real treasure. Next up, the 1943 Abraham Lincoln steel penny without a mint mark. This coin holds historical significance, and in good condition, it can be worth a lot more than you might think. Stay tuned to discover just how much this wartime relic could fetch in today's market. Let's start with the basics. In 1943, due to a copper shortage caused by World War II, the U.S. Mint began striking pennies out of steel instead of the usual copper. This created the iconic 1943 Lincoln steel penny. The coin is lightweight, magnetic, and instantly recognizable by its steel gray color. The 1943 Lincoln penny features the familiar design with Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and 2 ears of wheat on the reverse. But the key factor here is that these pennies were produced with steel, a temporary change that lasted for just 1 year. Now let's talk about the mint marks. There are 3 possible mint marks on the 1943 steel pennies: D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and no mint mark for Philadelphia. Coins without a mint mark, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, are often considered the most common of the 1943 steel pennies. But that doesn't mean they're without value, especially if they're in good condition. The 1943 without mint mark version is actually quite popular among collectors. While the mint mark variety does have an impact on value, even the Philadelphia version can be worth much more than its face value if it's in good condition. So, what exactly do we mean by good condition when we talk about coins in good condition? We're looking for pieces that show clear detail, but may have some wear from circulation. In the case of the 1943 steel penny, a good condition coin will still feature a well-defined Lincoln portrait, readable inscriptions, and visible wheat stalks on the reverse, although they might show some signs of wear and light tarnishing. A good condition 1943 steel penny typically has more surface wear compared to higher grade coins, but still holds significant collector value, especially due to its historical importance and scarcity. Now, let's get to the fun part. What's this coin worth in today's market? The 1943 Lincoln steel penny, without a mint mark in good condition, typically ranges in value from $84,000 depending on its overall appearance, rarity, and demand at the time. Though this is a relatively low value for a coin that's more than 80 years old, the price can increase depending on the quality. If your coin has minimal wear and is in better than average condition for its age, it could fetch up to $88,000 or even higher. Coins that are well preserved or have a unique history behind them can sometimes break the bank. Some 1943 steel pennies without mint marks, even in good condition, can sell for $93,000 or more at auction, depending on the collector interest at that time. So, if you're lucky enough to own one in especially good shape, you might find it's worth a lot more than the standard range. So, if you're looking to start or add to your collection, the 1943 steel penny without a mint mark is an excellent piece to have. It represents a pivotal moment in American history, and its price can climb if the right collector sets their sights on it. Whether you're finding one in circulation, hunting for it at a coin shop, or browsing an auction, it's a great coin to keep an eye on. Well, that's it for today's deep dive into the 1943 Lincoln steel penny without a mint mark in good condition. It's an affordable yet collectible piece of U.S.E. history that can still fetch a decent price. If you're a coin collector or just starting out, make sure to keep your eyes peeled for this iconic coin. Next up, the 1957 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny with a large date and D-mint mark. But here's the catch: this one has a unique red color shade and is in damaged condition. What does that mean for its value? Let's dive into it. The 1957 Lincoln wheat penny is one of the last in the long-running series of wheat cents before the design switched over to the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. This coin features the classic wheat ears on the reverse side and the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. Now, let's talk about the specifics of this particular coin, the large date variety with the D mint mark. The D mint mark means this penny was struck at the Denver Mint, and the large date variety features noticeably larger digits compared to the small date version, the 1957 large date with D mint mark is one of the more common Lincoln wheat pennies, but its value can still vary depending on a number of factors like condition and, in this case, its unique color shade. Now here's where things get interesting. We're talking about a 1957 penny with a red color shade, which suggests it's still relatively close to its original copper hue, but also likely experienced some environmental exposure. Even though it's in damaged condition, this coin might still hold some value. So let's break that down. Damage is a big factor when it comes to determining the value of a coin. This 1957 penny may show signs of wear, scratches, dents, or corrosion. And while that typically lowers the coin's value compared to one in pristine condition, it doesn't mean it's worthless. Even with damage, collectors still find value in these coins, especially if they're looking for a piece with a story behind it. So, what's the value of this penny in today's auction market? Well, as a 1957 Lincoln wheat penny with a large date and D-mint mark in red color shade and damaged condition, you might expect the value to range anywhere from about $135,000. The damage definitely takes a toll on the price, but since it's still a classic coin with historical significance, collectors will often still place a bid on it. If you were to auction this coin, expect it to bring in a modest amount due to its damage. But here's the thing: if the coin's damage is minimal and it retains some of its original color and detail, it might fetch a bit more. In some cases, if it's part of a collection or if the bidding competition is fierce, it could even bring in up to $176,000 or more, though that would be on the higher end of the spectrum. So, what should you do if you find a 1957 Lincoln wheat penny like this in your collection? Well, it's best not to clean it too much, as cleaning can further damage the coin and lower its value. If it's only lightly damaged, it might be worth keeping as part of a larger collection. If you're thinking about selling, check for the current market trends or auction results to ensure you get the best value for it. Coin grading is also a factor here. If your penny is in very fine or fine condition, it could see a higher value. But if the damage is severe, it could drop to a lower grade and consequently a lower value. To summarize, even a 1957 Lincoln wheat penny with a large date and D mint mark in red color shade and damaged condition can still have some value, usually around $180,000, depending on the extent of the damage and how much detail is still visible. While it might not fetch the big bucks of an uncirculated specimen, it's still a coin that could attract interest from collectors, especially those looking to complete their collection of Lincoln wheat pennies. Next up, the 1909 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny. But this one's extra special. We're talking about the 1909 penny without mint mark in extra fine condition, and just how much it could be worth in today's auction market. Stay tuned. Let's kick things off by looking at the history behind the 1909 Lincoln wheat penny. Struck in 1909, this was the first year the U.S. Mint released the Lincoln wheat penny, and it marked the beginning of a new era in American coinage. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and 2 ears of wheat on the reverse. 1909 was also the year that the Lincoln penny replaced the Indian head cent, which had been in circulation since the 1850s. The 1909 coin holds immense historical significance as the first of a series that would become one of the most beloved and collected coins in American numismatic history. Now, when it comes to the 1909 Lincoln penny, the mint mark is a key factor in determining its value. Most 1909 pennies are either from the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't use a mint mark, or from the San Francisco Mint, which used the S mint mark. But the 1909 without a mint mark is particularly intriguing. The 1909 penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. While it wasn't the rarest minting of the year, its value skyrockets when it's in extra fine condition. This is because fewer of these coins were preserved in such good quality, making them a highly sought after find. So, what exactly does extra fine mean? A coin in extra fine condition shows only minimal wear on the high points of the design. The details, like Lincoln's hair, the lines in the wheat, and the date, are still crisp and clear. In other words, the coin looks close to perfect, but may have just a hint of wear from being in circulation. Extra fine condition is one of the best grades you can find for this coin, and it's this condition that really drives up the value. A 1909 penny in extra fine condition will have sharp features and an overall well-reserved look, perfect for collectors who want a piece of history. Now, let's talk about the value of this coin in today's auction market. The 1909 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition can fetch anywhere from $20 to $50 in most cases, depending on the specific coin and auction circumstances. However, prices can go higher for exceptional examples. If the coin is particularly well preserved and has high eye appeal, it can sometimes sell for $75 to $100, especially if it has been certified by a reputable grading service like PCG's or NIG. Coins with impeccable details or slight signs of wear can command premium prices in competitive auctions. But what else affects the value of a 1909 Lincoln penny without a mint mark? Well, things like the overall eye appeal, the luster, and even the specific auction setting can play a role. For example, coins with cleaner surfaces and fewer blemishes tend to fetch higher prices. Certification and grading by professional services also have a big impact on value. Also, when a penny is sold as part of a rare coin collection or a high-end auction, the price can skyrocket. These coins can sometimes go for well over $150 if they attract the attention of serious collectors or investors. So, why is the 1909 Lincoln wheat penny so valuable even in extra fine condition? Beyond its historical significance as the first Lincoln penny, the coin is also highly collectible due to its age and the fact that it marks a transition in U.S. coinage. Collectors also love the beautiful design, and the 1909 without a mint mark represents a piece of numismatic history that many collectors seek to own. Add in the fact that 1909 pennies in good condition have been saved by collectors over the years, making those in extra fine condition increasingly hard to find. This rarity, combined with the historical and aesthetic appeal, makes this coin a must-have for many collectors. In conclusion, the 1909 Lincoln wheat penny, without a mint mark in extra fine condition, is a valuable and iconic piece of American history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, it's a coin you'll want to keep an eye out for at coin shops, shows, and auctions. Next up, the 1954 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny with the S mint mark, graded in very fine condition. Just how much is this vintage coin worth in today's auction market? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the 1954 Lincoln wheat penny and why it's a great piece to have in any collection. Struck in 1954, this penny is part of the iconic Lincoln wheat series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. The 1954 version has some distinctive features. The S mint mark indicates that this coin was minted in San Francisco. During this year, the U.S. Mint produced approximately 204 million Lincoln wheat pennies, but relatively fewer of them came from San Francisco, making them a little rarer compared to the ones minted in Philadelphia. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly does very fine condition mean for a coin? A coin in very fine condition shows moderate wear, but the design is still sharp and easily recognizable. You'll still see clear details, especially on Lincoln's face and the wheat stalks on the reverse, with only slight wear on the high points of the coin. Now, let's get into the exciting part, the value of the 1954 Lincoln wheat penny with the S mint mark in very fine condition. In today's auction market, you can typically expect to pay anywhere from $20 to $46 for a coin in this condition, depending on factors like luster and eye appeal. However, there's a chance to see higher prices if the coin is particularly well preserved or has been certified by a reputable grading service like CG's or NG. Certified coins with excellent eye appeal and no significant blemishes can reach upwards of $50 to $70 in some cases, particularly when sold in competitive coin auctions. So, what factors affect the value of the 1954 Lincoln wheat penny with the S mint mark? First, the overall quality of the coin plays a huge role. Coins that are better preserved, with minimal wear and no significant marks, are always in higher demand. Additionally, the coin certification matters. Coins graded by professional services like CG's or NC are more likely to fetch a higher price. For example, a well-graded certified 1954 Lincoln wheat penny in very fine condition can fetch significantly more than a non-certified one. Also, the auction setting plays a role. In high-end auctions where collectors are bidding for rare and high-quality coins, the price can sometimes go above expectations, especially if there's high demand for coins from the 1950s. So, why do collectors seek out the 1954 Lincoln wheat penny, particularly one with the S mint mark? The answer lies in both rarity and the appeal of the series as a whole. The Lincoln wheat pennies are some of the most iconic and beloved coins in U.S. history, and having one from 1954 with the EAS mint mark adds to the uniqueness of a collection. Though it may not be the rarest of the wheat pennies, the 1954 S mint mark still stands out as an important piece, especially for collectors focused on mint mark varieties. Plus, it's a great coin to own if you're trying to build a set of Lincoln wheat pennies from the 1950s. Collecting Lincoln wheat pennies is not only fun, but also an excellent way to invest in U.S. history. The 1954's mint mark penny is an affordable entry point into this classic series. As the years go by, these coins may become harder to find in good condition, especially in very fine quality. In conclusion, the 1954 Lincoln wheat penny with the S mint mark in very fine condition is a valuable coin that combines historical significance with the appeal of the Lincoln series. Whether you're just starting your collection or looking to add a key piece to your set, this penny is definitely worth considering. Next up, the 1919 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark. If you've got one in fine condition, you might be surprised by its worth in today's auction market. Let's find out more about this classic coin and its value in dollars. Let's start with an overview of this remarkable coin. The 1919 Lincoln wheat penny was minted during the early years of the Lincoln wheat series, which began in 1909. These coins are iconic in U.S. coinage featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and two wheat stalks on the reverse, symbolizing prosperity. The lack of a mint mark on this coin means it was minted in Philadelphia, which produced the majority of Lincoln wheat pennies that year. In 1919, over 392 million pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, making it a very common coin at the time. However, finding one in fine condition today is not as easy as you might think. Now, what does a fine condition mean in coin collecting? A coin in fine condition shows moderate wear, but still retains clear details. On the 1919 wheat penny, Lincoln's portrait will be well defined, though some details might be worn. The reverse side should show the wheat stalks clearly, even if there's some flattening due to circulation. Now let's get to the big question. How much is the 1919 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark worth in fine condition in today's auction market? Currently, you can expect this coin to sell for around $2 to $5 on average. However, coins with excellent eye appeal, minimal blemishes, or slight luster can fetch higher prices, sometimes reaching $10 or more at competitive auctions. Certified examples graded by PGs or NC can also command a premium due to their guaranteed authenticity and quality. Another factor is demand. Lincoln wheat pennies, especially early years like 1919, are always popular among collectors. Historical significance and sentimental value often drive up demand for these coins. And finally, rarity. While the 1919 penny isn't the rarest in the series, finding one in fine condition after over a century can still make it a sought-after piece. So, why should you consider adding the 1919 Lincoln wheat penny to your collection? This coin is a perfect representation of early 20th century U.S. coinage. Its connection to the post-World War I era adds a layer of historical importance. Plus, it's a great entry-level coin for collectors, offering a mix of affordability and historical charm. And who knows, over time, the value of this penny might just surprise you. If you're looking to buy or sell a 1919 Lincoln wheat penny, always check the coin's condition carefully if possible. Get it professionally graded to maximize its value at auction. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 1919 wheat penny without a mint mark is a great piece of U.S. numismatic history to own. And that's everything you need to know about the 1919 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in fine condition. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more coin collecting insights, and leave a comment below. Do you have a 1919 penny in your collection? Let us know. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Happy collecting!